What up, people? Welcome back to the Dugout Podcast. You're here with your boy Ryan Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. We're here for the North London Derby special. I have two special guests. I have one Tottenham Hotspur fan in Bryce Titus. I think you guys all know him. And I have Daniel Skilton, famous Arsenal fan. Let me just see if they're actually here. Oh, they're both here. Let me admit them both. Okay, they're both joining. Anyway, hope you guys are all good. Hope you guys have been tuning in. Here's Dan. What up, big man?
What's up, man?
What are you doing this morning, Dan? You're doing those kettlebell exercises.
No, bro, I was trying to find a kettlebell.
Oh,
There's none anywhere. There's none anywhere. So I'm over it. I don't mean to call them out, but game, Mr. Price Sport, I'm done. I'm gonna have to shop online now. I'm over them.
Anyway, welcome, gents. Welcome to the North London Derby special on the Dugout Podcast. Good to have you here as well, Bryce. Tottenham Hotspur fan at the bottom over there. It's actually crazy because I know Bryce he hasn't been on my show since we've had the whole Big Up in London chats, the infamous talk that everybody was going crazy about.
Guys, welcome back to the Dugout Podcast. And I'm back because of popular demand or plain old controversy. Ryan, the OG of the Dugout Podcast, asked me to give my reasons why Tottenham are the biggest club in London.
I was telling Dan the other day about how poisonous my comment section was, Bryce.
Yeah, I was expecting that. So it comes with the territory.
Yeah. You know what? Dan has been meaning to actually get into two people, first and foremost. You and Henry. You and Henry.
I've been chatting to Dan, so I'm waiting to hear something that he has to say.
But wait, who was sliding into whose DMs first?
I think, to be fair, I went into his DMs.
Oh,
yeah.
I was the triggered one. Let's be honest. I was the triggered one. The Morocco Swallows flew me. I was like, there's no way.
That comment Bryce made was nasty. That was nasty.
But post Arsene Wenger, you are the English Morocco Swallows.
It was. It had us on toast, to be honest.
I won't lie. That comment, it shook the Arsenal fan base because there were actually so many O's messaging me saying, because Bryce was going on about Arsenal for the longest time. He was being going on. But I don't know why, but the Morocco Swallows comments hit O's in their chests.
Hit me hard.
Now, onto bigger things. We're here to chat about the North London Derby. I know things have been very tense between both clubs. Obviously, Tottenham are not performing to the place that they would like to be. I think Jose Mourinho has expressed his frustration with his players of recent note. I think we've seen Arsenal coming to some good form with 2 wins and a draw in the past 3 games. Dan, speak to me about the complexity of tomorrow's game. I mean, Arsenal are coming to this game in what sort of form?
Well, we can all see that they're doing better than they were. They're not amazing, setting the world alight or anything, but one important thing to take into this game is that it's a North London derby, dude. There's no form goes totally out the window no matter what. Tottenham can have their shit. They could lose 8-0 yesterday. Come Sunday against Arsenal, you never know what's going to happen, to be honest. But I do know one thing that will happen for sure. Tottenham are going to get a penalty. Guaranteed. I guarantee that.
Bryce, talk to me about why Tottenham come alive when they play Arsenal. Why does that happen? Because even from the times when they were playing against the Invincibles, Tottenham weren't really relevant in many top conversations. But whenever they just played Arsenal, Tottenham's game just went from here to here. Why is that?
Yeah, the history between the two sides, the rivalry spans decades. So it's indoctrinated into players that come into the teams, whether they're foreign players or not. You look at different interviews. Thierry Henry even spoke about it. I couldn't speak English, and the first thing he said is Tottenham are shit. When he learns how to speak English. So the culture is bred in. So before any game, you hear trash talking from either side, and everyone's geared up for it.
You know what? Funny enough, I'm watching Arsenal Fan TV. I'm watching it now, and they had Troops versus Expressions. Now, I know Expressions is a very big Tottenham fan. Troops, we all know who he supports. Expressions called Tottenham, Bryce. He called them. He said that they've been Katie Hopkins football. He said if anything, they've been boring as hell. And he said if someone had to represent Tottenham as a person, it would be Katie Hopkins because it's been boring. It's been slow. It's puts you to sleep.
Yeah, I see that, and it's so depressing to watch. We had I think it was 9 days before we played Bournemouth, and they were tired. Bournemouth was tired, but he was supposed to be the fresher team, and we played the most boring football. How do we come against a team that is tired and we don't even have any spark? How do we play counter-attacking football against a team that is at the bottom, at the foot of the table, and we want to play counter-attacking football with them? Doesn't make sense. We're supposed to attack from the get-go and then take the foot off the pedal maybe in the second half, but no, we sit back on our haunches, and we got what was coming to us.
Dan, Arsenal have been in major scoring form in the past couple of games. I think we've seen them score, I think, on average, I'm just going to estimate here, I don't know the full numbers, about 10 goals in the past 3 or 4 games. So looking at that, for example, and combine that with Tottenham's poor defense in recent times, do you think Tottenham are in trouble against Arsenal tomorrow?
To be honest with you, I haven't been watching Tottenham play in the last 5 games since the restart. I've seen the results. I've never actually even seen the highlights or anything, so I'm not sure where their strengths and weaknesses are at the moment. I mean, I saw Bergwijn. He's an intimidating figure, but in terms of us scoring, it's tough because, or I'd say Mikel would have to go with the front 3 that he used against Leicester: the Lacazette up front, Aubameyang on the left, Saka on the right. Even though I prefer Saka on the left, but it'll be interesting. I refuse to say we're going to go out there and clout them, even though I would love that. I don't know, because both teams, they can be there and then here and there, and you never know who's going to turn up on the day, to be honest.
So diplomatic you guys are. You guys are so sweet. But let's be honest for a second. Like, Dan, if we're speaking about players that could possibly hurt Tottenham tomorrow, I think we look at the likes of Bukayo Saka, who's been in scary form in recent weeks. Granit Xhaka's been playing well. I like how Ceballos is playing too. I mean, who are the players that you have a key eye on for tomorrow's game?
Well, from our team?
Yeah.
I have to say Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Aubameyang, we rely on a lot for goals. But the key for me, I honestly, in all honesty, I do think, I don't know who's available for Spurs, who's going to be their starting lineup or whatever. But I won't lie, I see them dominating the midfield. I can see it because they've got some very strong, robust players against Xhaka and Ceballos, Ceballos is pretty weak, and Xhaka, in my opinion, is he can get caught on his feet sometimes. So I think Tottenham could definitely run it through the midfield, but where we're quite dangerous are our wing backs. I think if we start Cedric and Tierney, for me, are going to be the keys tomorrow. If Cedric starts, that is.
Yeah, Bryce will tell you about, because I mean, you made a point about obviously the midfield battle. Bryce will tell you that he does have some concerns with regards to Tottenham's ball retention. There haven't been players or many players in that can keep the ball and keep recycling it. The one player that they do have is Harry Winks. Bryce, talk to me about your concern, because Dan thinks that Arsenal are going to be dominating the midfield, but you feel otherwise.
Yeah, Dan and I have been speaking on the gram. We both have had comparisons with our midfields, and I equally feel as my team's midfield is poor. We'll have Winks and possibly Sissoko in there, but ball retention wise, it's only Winks that's doing a shift and recycling the ball for us. And it's like we have a missing midfield. There's no strength there. If we get bullied, I'm expecting Arsenal to run on us, actually.
Are you expecting the front 3 of Harry Kane, Lucas Moura and Son to play? Because that front 3 hasn't worked in recent times. Do you think Jose makes a change?
Yeah, Jose's tactics of later, I'm not too sure who he's going to choose attacking-wise. I think Son will start. I think Kane will start. But whether it's going to be Lamela or Bergwijn starting, I don't think Lucas Moura will start. But I can be surprised with these selections of late.
After the whole bust up where Hugo Lloris ran to Son and they had a bit of a small argument on the side there. Those small things Jose Mourinho wants to see. He wants to see his team fighting for more, fighting for every small little ball, everything in the air, everything on the ground. He wants to see that. But does Hugo Lloris questioning Son's ability to track back, does that put him as a bit of a doubt for team selection today?
No, I don't think so. I think that they've had enough time to address it. They've had enough time to speak as men and have a man-to-man conversation post that game. Well, we did see on the cameras that they hugged it out in the tunnel and on the pitch. I know that's for the cameras, but I definitely think they would have spoken afterwards and had a mature conversation. I think Son does start because he's a threat. If we have the likes of Lucas Moura or Lamela, they're great players. They can pick a pass now and again. I look at Lucas Moura that can run into spaces, does have that good burst and that sprint. But if you're losing possession, and we're going to lose possession against Arsenal, that's going to hurt us. So I think he's definitely going to choose Bergwijn and Son. They're two big threats at the moment.
Yeah. I think you have to pick Bergwijn. You have to. He's the only, from my opinion, what I've seen, he's the only player that will get the ball and put a defender on their back foot and run directly at them. Even Son now, I don't know why or what instruction he's been given, but he's not as direct as he was before. That's one thing I have to say about Mourinho, and I think it doesn't suit Tottenham, is that Tottenham, because they're emerging, they've got the new stadium, they've got young players, they've got a good infrastructure. Jose is very conservative in his play. He's very on the back foot, and he likes to dig his way out that way instead of them, you know what I mean, doing like Liverpool, they kind of like blitz you. That's how I think Tottenham should be playing with the players they have. They've got fast players and they've got a very good finisher, and they got some hard workers. But for some reason, the tactics just don't mesh very well at the moment.
Daniel, who's got a better chance of scoring tomorrow? Bryce has made infamous comments about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the past.
Well, that's looking over a long period of time for sure. But if you want to be talking about a derby coming up right now, who are you going to be more scared of in terms of strikers coming up in a London derby? Are you going to be scared of Tammy Abraham, Oba, that can't even score a pen even if the keeper wasn't in the net?
What?
Or Harry Kane?
What?
So
Don't talk about
you don't have a person that can score a penalty. When it comes to London derbies, I mean, the most threatening person right now was definitely Harry Kane. So I think we definitely have an edge in that.
The man's in hospital. He's in a hospital bed, bro.
And mate, listen, let me finish. The man's back at training, bro. When we talk about the top 5 scorers in the evening.
Yeah. Aubameyang, bro.
Aubameyang?
I think he's a better. I think Aubameyang is a better striker than Harry Kane, bro.
Man, I think you're bought that man to do backflips and put on Moss. He's a superhero, not a soccer player.
So I've got to ask you, who's a lot more likely to score? I mean, because you're looking at Harry Kane playing against the most likely team of Mustafi and Rob Holding, and then we look at Aubameyang against Toby Alderweireld.
Who's playing left back for Spurs at the moment?
Davies.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Let me draw a picture. Saka, cross, Aubameyang, celebration.
Backflip.
That's all I see. Because you know what? We haven't mastered our counter attack in a very long time, but over the last few games we have been dynamite on the counter. And I think if I can just see, to be fair, just to answer your question directly, out of everybody, I see Aubameyang scoring more than anybody.
Ooh.
Except for maybe Harry Kane with a penalty, because that's how he usually scores his goals against us.
I saw a very funny stat, Bryce. I think if I quoted correctly, I think it said that Tottenham have had 4 penalties in the last 4 North London derbies.
Yep.
Why is it that Tottenham gets so many fouls against Arsenal? In the box especially.
Simple. Human son.
Yo.
That man goes to ground so quickly. Yo.
But what is it, Bryce? I mean, because Tottenham, I mean, in any other game, you don't see these things from Tottenham, you know, where they're going to ground trying to win penalties. You don't see it. But there seems to be like a desperation in the North London derby.
Look, I'll be upfront with this. Stats can be misleading sometimes. I don't really see my team as a diving team. I know he's just mentioned Son, but I don't really think Son is a diver. I think Son is a player that neutral fans really love. So when it comes to a North London derby, I'm not going to say that the pressure comes on us and we look for penalties or fouls or free kicks or set pieces. When it comes to this game, maybe Harry Kane has scored a few pens, but his record in this fixture is quite impressive. You'll know that goal that he scored coming off the left wing, a ball was heeled back for him and he bent it around the defender and scored. Harry Kane has scored some quite impressive goals in this fixture.
What year was that?
I think it was 2015, 2016.
I think the rest was quite penalties, weren't they?
From that fixture, I'm not going to say with confidence up front that he scored penalties only, but I will say that he scored quite a lot of goals in this fixture. When it comes to him and Oba, he's got the edge with the North London derby goals.
Because he statistically played more derbies, I think.
Definitely. But he is a threat.
How many is this only Aubameyang's second full season in the Premier League? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I think Oba came from Jan 2018.
Yeah. And he's fighting, I think, for the second time for the Golden Boot in a row. I think in his second full season. Yeah.
Look. I know I've mentioned comments in the past about. I have, but gentlemen.
I just thought
we don't have a fit Harry Kane to compare. Harry Kane's been out for 6 months.
Yeah, I know. I can agree with you.
He's almost playing like a vegetable, and I can admit that he's like deep in midfield and he's having no direct impacts. I would be honest. I'm not the manager, but I would bring on Harry at the second water break, and I think he'd have more of an impact coming off the bench, fresher legs. Because starting, he's not having much of an impact.
That's what I was saying. I think for Tottenham, what they should be doing is they need a more positive manager, because I know there's been a lot of questions recently saying, "Oh, Jose, is Harry like more at a detriment under his guidance, or whatever?" And I do kind of believe it, because what I would be doing, because Harry's such a deadly striker and finisher, is whip as many balls in as possible for that guy. Feed him as much as you can. Where I don't know now, they seem to be taking their time getting the ball in the box, and it's very odd to play to his strengths. But I think what they need is like another Eriksen almost. I think that's what
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to go on that point. Like, I know what he's talking about in terms of playing to Harry Kane's strengths, but right now I've been watching Harry Kane and he's not winning aerial duels. He's not even getting more than 5 centimeters off the ground. So crosses are not helping. Beating someone for tap-ins is not working. So I think it's trying to find the killer pass and get Harry Kane in behind the defender right now. And that's what's kind of happening. As I say, we got to understand that he's not the fittest, but he is our only senior striker that is available.
Yeah.
That's why he's starting. So I get where you're coming from and how we should be playing more positive, more direct, but it's not going to work right now because he's not fully fit.
Yeah.
Does Jose's negative tactics play into Arsenal's hands? Because if they're taking long to build up into the Arsenal half, if they hold on to the ball for too long, if they're going to keep the ball in their part of their half and you guys are going to be pressing them, does it play into Arsenal's hands?
I agree it does. You want to go first, Dan, or should I?
You can.
Okay. I see that Look, we have Giovanni Lo Celso that picks up the ball from our box and tries to make something happen towards the final third. But he's really tiring himself out because his teammates in midfield are not able to find a direct pass. They pass more reverse passes than forward passes, and it's affecting his gameplay as well. So if we're not being positive and direct going forward, and we build up slowly, eventually time goes on, and that shifts the momentum in Arsenal's favour. So I really can see us losing the game in that way.
Yeah. So Dan. Yeah, sorry, bro. You were saying?
No, you was gonna say. Sorry.
You know what?
No, I'm done.
Yeah, Bryce.
No, I've said my points. I'm keen to hear what Dan has to say.
I have to just be honest with you guys. We haven't got lots of time, so this is going to be a very short one. Dan, I got to ask you, score prediction for this game tomorrow.
Listen, for the sake of my fantasy team, I want 2-0, but I think it'll be 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's Dan's prediction. Yo, Bryce, what do you think? Score prediction, boy?
Well, Spurs have 3 clean sheets in 5 games. So I think it's going to be more of a defensive display from Tottenham. I see a draw because betting-wise, the odds are more in the favour of a draw. So I'm going 1-1.
1-1. I'm seeing a very tight game tomorrow. I'm seeing a 1-0 Arsenal.
Just know one thing. Our wing-backs will win us the game.
Ooh.
They will.
Not even going to dispute that. Maybe it's an Oreo or Paul.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say.
Position, Saka's going to get a great assist. Maybe your wing-backs, maybe Tierney, if he plays off on the left, gets a cross in. So I can really see something happening in that perspective.
Guys, Bukayo Saka versus Sergio Aurier. Oh, Lord.
I see Saka on the right-hand side beating Davies. That's where he's been playing a lot of his games right now. And I'm impressed with the youngster. As a Spurs fan, I'm even going to say that I've been jazzing over his performance.
Oh, wow.
So, now the boy is looking wonderful. Like diplomatic answer, I'm telling you, the boy is looking wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm just, as a fan of football, before a fan of Spurs, I mean, Arsenal are doing great things at the moment. I'm impressed.
And then the one guy I will say who if Spurs are to score will be Bergwijn against Bellerin. That's if Bellerin plays.
Yeah. No, I hope Cedric starts just to prove a point that Arsenal have lots of faith in him. Anyway, boys, I'll put your Instagram handles at the bottom. Thank you for being here. It's been good talking about the North London derby. I won't lie. I can't say whether Dan or Bryce's prediction is going to come true, but let's just see what happens.
Mine will.
Gentlemen, have the best weekend. Enjoy the football. We'll chat tomorrow, yeah?
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.